Hello and welcome back. Since you all really like the past ones, we're gonna be doing another tier list one. If I don't know who they are, they're just going to know who. And reminder, I don't know everything about history, so some of these I may rate completely off. But let's get right into it. We'll start with the Abbasids. Now I do know who these guys are because of Crusader Kings 3 and 2, and these guys were pretty powerful for a good amount of time. I'll definitely give them a good B tier. I don't know that much about them, I just know they were pretty strong. I have no clue who these ones are, so, yeah, we're gonna have to just do that. Assyria, definitely another B tier one. I think it was pretty powerful, if I remember correctly, but definitely not an S or an A tier. Austria-Hungary, a C tier one here. I do think Austria-Hungary was a powerful empire, but it wasn't around very long, and unfortunately it wasn't the most powerful. Austrian, again, I thought these were the same thing. Sweats profusely. Albits, I have no idea who all these Islamic ones are. I apologize. Aztecs, this is gonna surprise you. These guys are probably a D or an E tier, empires-wise. Okay, empires-wise, they were small, number one. Number two, they weren't that powerful. I'm gonna give them a D tier, and they weren't, compared to these other ones, they didn't last that long. Babylon, definitely a number. I think I'm going to move Assyria down. Babylon's a B tier. Good, strong empire. Belgium Empire, a D tier. Actually, yeah, a D tier. Most of their lands weren't that improved. They weren't that powerful. Again, Brazil. I'd say a B tier, D tier again from my knowledge of Brazil. Oh, we've come to the most powerful empire to ever exist. Our first S tier. I don't even like the British. Like, I don't mind British people, but I don't like their empire. Anyways, British Raj. This was pathetically weak, if I remember, compared to everything else. Yeah, this isn't even an empire. This is just a section of Britain. What is this? Anyways, E tier. Bulgarian? Bulgaria had an empire? Burmese, Byzantines. I'd actually put these as a nice solid C tier. Probably higher than most of you would rate it, but whatever. Carthage, B tier. High level, almost an A tier. No idea what the heck this was. Danish Empire was... What? Danish? Empires. B tier. I think the Danes were pretty strong, but they weren't the strongest Nordic empire. That will be getting either an A or an S tier. No idea. Dutch would probably be a C tier, if I remember correctly. You know, I'm moving Byzantines up. They were actually pretty cool. I feel like I've been playing way too much high. Ancient Egypt. They were barely an empire. No, these get an E tier. Oh, the Fatimids. I don't want to be harsh, but you guys kind of sucked. C tier. Actually, also the Abbasids. I'm moving these two down. These three get a comfy spot. Francia? What does this mean by Francia? I don't know what they're referring to by Francia. I'm gonna assume they mean the Frankish Empire pre-Charlemagne. Do they have the Holy Roman Empire? Yes, okay, yeah, this is pre-Charlemagne. Definitely a D tier here. Yeah. French Colonial Empire. C tier. You'll see a lot of C tiers. Georgian Empire. What empire? What are you referring to? Georgia never had an empire. F tier. German Empire. Massively powerful, actually, during a very large amount of time. Definitely a good B tier. I have no clue what half of these are. Alright, just now that we've gotten all those out of the way, Golden Horde. I remember it being powerful. We're giving it a C tier. Han Dynasty. Which dynasty was that? I think they were if they're the one I'm thinking of, and correct me if I'm wrong, they were probably a B tier here. Hittites. They weren't really an empire. E tier. Holy Roman Empire. Yeah, A tier. That was an A tier. I feel like this is unbalanced. The Huns. They were a B tier because of their length. Inca. They're not an empire. Stop putting on Italians. What Italian empire? Japan. Definitely an A tier. This one was actually really powerful. I'm gonna give this a B tier. It needs to be taught in school. Khmer never had an empire, to my knowledge. Korea? We'll give them a D tier. They were barely what I call an empire. Macedonia. Now, these guys should be an S tier, but because they only lasted about 21 years, they're getting an A tier. No clue what that is or that is. The Mali were the richest people in the world. Definitely a strong tender for A tier, but gotta give them a B tier because of the fact that they didn't ever expand that much. Mamu? What is this? I feel really dumb realizing how many I've put in here, but again, not an empire. Stop putting them as them. Mexican Empire, actually a C tier here. I'd say they were pretty powerful. Ming Dynasty. I'm pretty sure this was also a C tier. I have no idea if I'm getting the Han and Ming confused, but you know what? Screw it. Whatever. Mongol Empire, another good A tier. Yo, this is half Asian and half European. Morocco. Morocco had an empire? I, I don't remember that. Moguls. I don't know who these were, just have heard about them. Napoleonic Empire would have been higher, but unfortunately for Napoleon, it only lasted about 14 days. I'm kidding. It probably lasted less than Alexander, though, so a good B tier. North Sea Empire, probably one of the coolest empires ever, definitely an S tier. Bam. I don't care about anyone says about you, North Sea Empire. You were chill. No clue. Ottomans, another S tier. These guys lasted almost 400 years. I think. Wait, how long did the Ottomans last? Ottomans. First time I'm actually doing research. No, I don't want to buy an Ottoman. No, don't. I don't want you. Empire. Okay. Ottoman Empire lasted. Oh, wow. Like 700 years? Jesus Christ, definitely. Parthia? No idea what this was. Polish Lithuania, an A tier. Shocking. Portugal, A tier. Shocking. Qing Dynasty. If I haven't heard of you, you are not an empire, but I have to put you there. Rome, S tier. Is that a question? Russia, A tier. Safavid Empire. No idea who the hell you are. Same with you, and I think I've heard of you. Seljuks. These guys were powerful. B tier. Serbian. No, they were probably a D tier. Siamese. They never had an empire. This, I had no idea. No idea. Spain. Strong A tier. Swedish Empire. Another S tier. Yeah, there we go, baby. No idea who the hell you are. Or you. I know who Tibet is. They were not an empire and therefore get the F tier along with all these things. Pyramids, probably another Islamic group. I have no clue who the hell they are, though. Same with you. And you. Wait, no, I know who you are. Umayyads. You guys are definitely strong. Nice, solid C tier. Vietnam. Not an empire, you fools. It's an E tier, though, because it's above these three. Or however much these are. What the hell is that? And that. And Ethiopia was never an empire. Again, F tier for you, Ethiopia. This is the final chart. Please do not scream at me. I barely know about some of these nations. I just know all of these guys are S tiers. And I'd probably keep most of these as A tiers. After that, I don't really know. So like for the Seljuks, Khazaria, Han Dynasty, I could be confusing. But please remember to like and subscribe. It means the world to me. I'll see you later. Boy.